Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to All Suck At Starcraft. Back today looking at another replay. Let's get on with it. Awesome. So here in the top here is myself, and down here is Mr. Mark Kitchen, both playing Terran as usual. As you can see, it's been a little while since I've done a replay, and Blizzard have updated the client. We now have this bar at the top here showing basically APM, minerals and supply, while over the left here you can see that we're building. There's a building tab. I can turn some of this stuff off, as you can tell, and I may be doing that throughout the game because it gets in the way quite a lot, especially this one here. So let's get rid of that. Anyway, back. It's been a little while. We're back. We're looking at another game. As you can see, it's going to be a pretty standard opening. It's a fairly good map. We have a quick look. You can see that it's kind of like 4 spawns, and then you have these minor like mineral patches between each of the 4 bases around here. Anyway, let's turn that back off because we don't really want to see the entire map. Right, so me popping down to barracks. Mark will be following suit fairly shortly, as he does. This is quite a fun game, a little bit back and forth. Some cheeky little stuff going on, as you'll see. I'm just going to speed it up quickly because you're going to know what the standard opening is here. By this point, you're going to see Mark build a barracks. I've got a barracks down, building a supply. This is what he'll be doing as well fairly shortly. This little boy here, SCV, off he goes. Da, 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 da. There's the supply depot. Slow it down again. You're just going to see that I've gone off scouting. Obviously, we don't know where each other are. I send this guy off and around and end up going the wrong way around the map. During which time, building a few marines. Probably get about 2 marines out before Mark manages to get 1 out, but it doesn't make a huge difference. There you go. Again, you can see what we're building up here. Building another supply depot straight away afterwards, leaving this guy here. Off he goes, waddly, 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 all around the map. 2 marines before he's got 1 out, maybe 3 marines possibly. Could be 3 marines before he even gets 1 out. Goes for the second barracks, which I haven't even started yet, which I like. The only problem with this tactic is doing that and not having any marines out. If I'd sent those guys over now, I would have probably been game over right then and there, actually. Speed up again, because you're not going to see too much happening for a little while. You're going to see a bit of an army amassed. I will pause it when we get into some more action. It's 4 dudes. Alright, let's slow it down. So, now if we have a look, we can see that I'm going to be heading out with my 4 marines versus a couple marines that he has, now building a refinery as well, and a 3rd supply depot. 2nd barracks is now building. So let's just pause it there before we get into the gunfight. I want to point out this guy here, this SCV, being an absolute hero, and during this fight period he's going to come along and kill off a few SCVs right under Mark's nose, so you'll see. Coming down here, these guys basically just clean up what he's got. Anything that pops out gets shot. My dude hiding at the bottom there, now knowing that he doesn't have anything left, basically I'm just shooting stuff. I can then go and attack. I have a 2nd barracks, I'm building stuff from there, building another supply, and that's where we're at the moment. This guy here, they kill some SCVs, gets the first hit in just. I was very lucky. Run away, only to come back. Oh, there goes 1 SCV. Now I'm going to attack the supply depot, running again, be a distraction, and then there's a misclick there and Mark accidentally attacked his own barracks. Not sure how that happened, but while they're doing that, this guy's going to pop in there with his like 5 health and slowly whittle on some of these SCVs. 2 guys left there firing away. Oh, and bang, there goes 1. So this guy's got 2 kills, he gets 3 kills overall. Mark's obviously not building these guys at the moment. Probably doesn't realise until after I've killed this guy, I think. Oh, and dead. And then off I go to attack another one of his supply depots, just to be a nuisance. He's now getting this, now repairing his barracks, which is a good idea. During which period I've got a few marines building another barracks, and so on. And we're going to see this guy eventually is gonna die, I think, in a horrible death when he realises that oh look, there is an SCV attacking his base. Bye-bye, Mr. SCV, you did a good job. Anyway, we pretty much just see a bit of a down period. In actual fact, you're going to see an interesting attack happen now, I believe. And this is pretty poor on my half. Let's just give you some kind of idea. Mark building a bunker here, very smart idea, very good place to defend. Obviously, I'm playing aggressively. He needs to be able to do that, keep his Marines alive longer. Watch how my Marines are very much like this and not like this. And you'll see that in a sec when they run in here. Start with, not so bad. They kill this SCV. Alright, great. But look what happens. I've got 5 guys, he's got 6, 7 guys, right? Now, when your Marines are like this, shooting down, these guys are going to fire first, and this guy's going to have to move to about here to be able to fire. Just slow it down. So you can see what happens. They're firing, he has to move, he's not firing, he's shooting the barracks. And I enjoy a lot of their stuff, but I don't really kill a lot, so that engagement was pretty poor for me. And, you know, I had some more Marines on the way, but I pulled them back, building 3 at a time here, realising that I need to get a lot more Marines. Don't even have anything else, don't have an engineering bay, don't have an academy, don't have anything like that. Mark, kind of in the same boat, but he does have a bunker now with the injured Marines in it, which is a great idea because you want them to last as long as possible. Not currently getting any gas. Yeah, looking fairly in a safe position. I'm just going to speed this up. I realise I need a factory, I need tanks, I need something to be able to get in there to really get into his base and attack him. I think we're going to see a academy come down fairly shortly, possibly another bunker as well. For Mark, what's he up to? And there we go, Terran Academy wants those upgrades. A lot more Marines popping out here. Terran Factory almost done, and that's kind of the thing at the moment. We're just watching and kind of waiting to see this next part. We see Mark's doing a great job here of just building up a big army of Marines, being very defensively. He doesn't need to push out. Neither of us really thinking about expanding, which, you know, I think would have made a big change. Me finally building another supply, also getting a Terran Academy. Because when Mark gets his, he's going to be looking to get either stim or the range upgrade. With Marines and bunkers, range upgrade's always useful. Going for that 3rd barracks finally as well. Just slow it down again. You can see I'm getting siege. Going to be getting a tank fairly shortly. There you go. That's almost done. See that barracks and those Marines popping out there. I mean, this is looking good for Mark at this point. He knows that, you know, he's in a fairly defendable position. My dude's running through here. Not the easiest thing to deal with. Siege is almost done. I start on my first tank. Not building any Marines, which is a mistake. Oh, there we go. Obviously, you want to keep that production of Marines out. They're the basic thing. They're very useful. Not looking to expand upon this. Are we seeing range come out yet? No, not yet. 3rd barracks finishing up there for Mark. We're going to be looking to pump out more Marines, maybe some medics, fire bats, something along the line. Loves his supply depots, likes to build 2 at a time, always wants to be ahead. There we go, we can see the shells being done, but for me, actually, not for Mark, which is interesting. Obviously a very good upgrade versus upgraded Marines versus non-upgraded ones. You want to have that there. We're going to see this tank roll out fairly shortly, because the reason why I need the tank is the tank can go here and easily shoot this area, and they have to walk all the way around to get to the tank. But you'll see, obviously, with this many Marines, that's hard to get through, and because the tank's going to fire here first, I think. Pretty much one-shot him. 70 damage. Bang. And then I can wail away on his bunker. And as you can see, my range upgrade is about to be done. And I just sit here, I can just relax. These Marines can come up, they're going to get shot on. They get shelled, it's splash damage. Bang, bang. I mean, there's not really much Mark can do when that tank's there. I mean, there's only one tank, but the difference it makes in this fight, and that +1 range. So once we whack down the bunker, because you're going to see that I'm not building a lot back in base, so I'm getting another tank that eventually pops out. Not building a lot, really ignoring my macro and stuff back home. Now we've got rid of this bunker, moving the tank down here to be able to shell more of the area. Mark doing the sensible thing though by keeping his army back, because you want to catch a siege tank off guard, but you also don't want to just run them in willy-nilly. You want a big army if you're going to do that. What he really needed is stim. He's getting the wrong upgrade here. He's getting his factory. but Stim would have been useful because he could have gotten much closer and actually taken the tank out. I don't think I even had Stim at this point. You'll see fairly shortly that he's going to move these guys up. Well, I'm going to run in, start shooting his base. I'll start shooting some things in his base. That gets the attraction of these Marines. Oh, there's a dude. Oh, look. I mean, this is a fairly even fight, but that tank pretty much gets rid of all of the health. Here comes another tank in the mix. And I think that was the beginning of the end there, really, because watch what happens here. Just go in there. We're going to wipe out pretty much all of his SCVs at this point. Well, killing my own dudes in the process because, you know, who doesn't want to kill their own dudes with a siege tank? But as you see, wiping up, and that was that. It was good engagement. It was fairly enjoyable actually playing this match because obviously that was the right counter to what he had at the time. I appreciated the fact that he was playing, you know, put some bunkers down, very sensible. Shame about that upgrade. I think going with Stim would have been beneficial to him just to be able to get that movement speed up there and that attack speed. And even if he lost a few Marines, to take that tank out would have made a huge difference because then he could have like got more Marines because I'm close to his base and kill off some of my Marines that were there. But also in terms of just having that time to build up and try and hopefully get his own tank out because that's what he needed. The fact that I had a tank quicker than him made that difference. If he had his own one, different story. Anyway, that is it for us today. You can see this is where my base ended up. Thank you very much for watching as always. If you like this video, hit the like button. Also, if you want to see more of this, hit subscribe. That always helps. And I will see you next video then. Bye bye.